Hello, everyone. Good morning, good day, good evening. Thank you guys so much for being here again today to continue the conversation, the discussions, and let's talk about our children, finding our resources and ways in which we can begin to put together to help our children. This is very, very important. The issues that concerns our children, even their joys, their celebrations, their aspirations, are things that are not to be taken lightly. So important. Emphasis is supposed to be put on these things. That is how important it is, so that our children will know that we care. We love them. We want them to become something great in life. They already have the greatness in them. But remember, children always want approval from their own parents, their own adults, just like us. We are here now. If you guys don't approve me, I'm going to feel uncomfortable. So, what about children? This is very, very important, and I take it seriously. Today's topic is mothers crying out for the safety of their children. This is very, very important because throughout the world, mothers, they keep crying and it's getting worse and worse every single day. We need to really speak with our hearts so that everyone, everybody in any corner of the world will hear us. The governments, the institutions, the religious institution, everywhere, the janitors, everybody need to know because we are mothers crying out for our children. I said mothers because remember, a mother cannot have a child without the man. The father is there, but the mother knows where it hurts even more because by nature, that is the way God created the woman, the mother. They know where it hurts. They know the mother cannot sleep without knowing that the child is comfortable, the child has eaten. Remember, in the words of one musician, Yvonne Barika said, sweet mother, mother is sweet to the child. You always hear mother say, mama, mama, even us as adults, mama. I hear most people talking about their mothers, but because that is the way it is. It's not because we ignore the fathers are there. That is why Holy Mary is so important because she is a mother of our Savior. And so we take this very, very important. I always like to begin with a quote. Speak to your children as if they are the wisest, kindest, most precious, and magical human beings on the surface of the earth. For what they believe is what they will become. Second quote is that God could not be everywhere, and so he made mothers. A mother's love for her child is like nothing else in the world. It knows no law, no pity, and no conflicts. It dares all things and crushes down remorselessly all that stands in its path to reach her children. It is true. Now we get it in the world. What is going on in the world? The mothers are right there being shot because they want to reach to their children. Imagine the children that the mothers have been shot. Imagine the children that have been separated from their mothers. Just imagine the mother that have been in prison. Those that are dead. Nobody to pick up after them, after the children. I say this with a lot of tears in my eyes because I was at that point where I was ripped off from my mother at 3 years old and thrown out without love into somewhere. And my mother cried, my grandmother cried, but it did not happen. But thank God, where I went, they started educating me at a very tender age, 3 years old. But still, I went through a lot because I did not belong to that family. But I thank God that I'm alive because when there is life, there is hope. And when there is hope, action with prayers, things begin to move. So we are mothers here today crying for our children. It is so important. The image of mothers crying for their children's safety of their in the midst of a global turmoil is a very important and heart-wrenching reality in times of whispered uncertainty, conflicts, fights, discrimination, crisis of all sorts. It is not uncommon for mothers and parents to feel an overwhelming sense of fear, anxiety, uncertainty, despair, crying. It is not uncommon. Just imagine. Just imagine. We see it every day in our countries. Imagine children that are being shot on the streets for whatever reason. Imagine children that are going hungry. They are homeless. The three basic needs of life, they don't have it. They don't have food. They don't have shelter. They don't have clothing. Imagine the child that is digging their head in the garbage can and eating. And you and I are here as mothers. And we don't even know how to reach those children because of fear, because of uncertainty, because of what might happen to you if you even dare to do that. So this is so important, whether it is due to wars, natural disease or disaster, economic instability, or other global challenges. The innate instinct to protect one's children is a fundamental aspect of parenthood. The feeling of helplessness and the inability to shield their children from the dangers and chaos that surround them can be an incredibly distressing and emotional experience for parents, especially mothers. Mothers, we need to reach out to children. All mothers, we are mothers for a purpose, for a reason. If we sit here, we're talking and laughing, we are eating, we are living in a home, and without thinking about those children that are out there that don't have anywhere to go. Some of them, they lost their parents for disease. They lost their parents by way of death, not because of a fault of their own or even because of war. We live with them around us every day. They are on the streets of our various cities and countries. What are we doing? When you eat an apple, you have two, you have three. Did you ask for your neighbor to see if the child, the next door neighbor eats? This is so important for us. This scenario is a universal and deeply human concern, especially for mothers. It is sometimes mothers have to go across the country, across the Atlantic Ocean to find out what they can do for other children. A lot of mothers, they do it in silence, in whispers, because of fear, because of what might happen to them if they dare to help. Look at the situation in Cameroon. 40-something children just got killed in a village, young children, for whatever reason, we don't know, because of politics. Look at Israel and Palestine. Look at the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Look at in the streets of America, where children learn to operate guns and shoot other people. How do they know that? Mothers, we need to stand up for our children. We need to, and we don't stand up alone. The fathers are there. They need to be the defenders, because physically the woman is physically weak, might be emotionally and spiritually strong, but they are weak. They need your support. They need your help for these children. This is very, very important. I say that, oh my God, sorry guys. Okay, I'm going to let somebody just help me here while I go off the screen. Please help.
Thank you, Yvonne. Will anyone want to take up from there?
Yeah. Well, I can go. It's up to you guys, honestly. That's her phone call, so up to you.
Fine. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Well, I'll have to hold on briefly for Yvonne. Yeah, that's a very important call she has to take. Yes. Yeah, basically the topic she is discussing today is about mothers crying out for the safety of their children. We all here are mothers. We know how it pains us when our children are in a kind of pain, in a devastating situation. We are always worried. We, at every point in time, want to know what is happening to our children, even when they are with us, especially when they are outside, maybe in school, or they even go out and it's time for them to come back. They are not yet back. From experience, you will see that you even the taste of food will no longer be there in your mouth. You will not be hungry. All you are praying and waiting for is when your child is going to get home.
Yeah.
You see your eyes will be straight out through the window. Sometimes you will just be walking around, parading about as if something is happening until that child gets home and you have a peace of mind. So on that basis, we are mothers. I don't know, you know that mothers are made up of different species. There are mothers that the welfare of their children is in the palm of their hands. While there are some basically that do not care. Their own is they have brought this child out to the world. Let the world train my children. I will go all out and do what fits me, my comfort first. There are some mothers like that.
Yes.
Before the comfort of their own children, the child they carried in their womb for 9 months. Some experiences I have seen in the past got me thinking. You will see a mother outside with a child, maybe a little child of 2 years or 3 years, that is supposed to be holding their hands. The mother will be walking in front, a pole or 2 poles in front, while the child is just behind, coming behind the mother. Tell me if that mother is working and that is an environment where all these child molesters or pedophiles or anything are hanging around and they watch that kind of scene going on. When that child is taken away, that mother will not even know. Maybe after some minutes or thereabout, she will look back and realize that the child is no more with her. So what happens? We have mothers like that. While we also have mothers that is the opposite of the description I'm giving. So this topic today is just to make the mothers aware that they are supposed to look down and see to the needs of their children. Carry them along in everything they are doing. Check when they are sick. Check when they are eating and when they are not eating. Check when their characters change. Check when they are feeling a kind of, in a very bad situation, mood. Try and call your child, approach your child gently, in a more relaxed mood. Try to find out what is going on. Sometimes these children will not be able to open up to their parents, to their mothers especially. They might prefer to confide in another person. But if your child prefers to confide in someone else and not you, just know it today that that is a red sign. It's a big alert. You need to do everything possible to win that your child's soul. Let that child be your friend. Let your children be somebody that will confide in you. Even if no other person knows about your child, let that child be the one you and that child should be able to rally together, to know things, so that tomorrow, if somebody tells you that your child did something outside, you can always stand your feet down and say, no, it is not my child that did this, or yes, it's my child that did that. You will be able to defend.
Yeah.
So it is really, really important that we know the in and out of our children, the group they associate themselves with, their likes and their dislikes. Try to pet them, try to get them close to you, try to see the kind of things they always like, try to make them comfortable in every situation. And that does not mean when they do wrong that you should not scold them, but you use one hand to scold them and use the other one to bring them close. Some of us mothers, for instance, like somebody like me, I'm a hot-tempered person. In that my hot-temperedness, I blow hot and cold. I know when I'm going off ring, and I will call myself back. Sometimes I can just transfer aggression to my children, but when I realize what I'm doing, I do something to erase it. Are you that sensitive enough to realize when you are doing something that you are not supposed to do? We all are human beings. We make mistakes. And let us be the type that will realize our mistakes and correct it before it goes the other way.
Yes.
So as I'm speaking now, whatever I'm saying, I'm also relating it to myself. I am speaking to encourage myself to change the ways I relate with my family, the ways I relate with my children, and look for a way, what can I learn from this topic today that will make me change the way I relate with my children?
Yeah.
Have I been a bad mother? Maybe I have been. Have I been doing something good to them? Maybe I have been. Have my children ever needed something from me, which I'm not able to provide? They ask me, Mom, I need this. And I tell you bluntly, I do not have it when I have it. Am I that kind of mother? Can I always be sincere within me and tell my children the truth? When you have it, can you share with your children the truth about life? Are you the type of mother that encourage your child to be doing something that you know that is not acceptable in the society? There are mothers that know that what their children are doing is wrong, but they encourage it.
Yep.
If you are one of such mothers, please, can you look back? Start from the drawing board. See where you have got it wrong. Try to trace that. If your child has already gone out of you, look for a way you can bring that child back. Please stop supporting evil. Because whatever encouragement you give your child that is not acceptable by law, or is not acceptable in the sight of God for those that read their Bibles, whatever wrong that child does, and if that child gets hurt, the blame is on you. That child's blood will be crying in your head. Please, mothers, there are fathers. Fathers have their own roles to play. But the most important role in a child's life is that of the mother. Let us try as much as we can to give our children the right training. Let us try as much as we can to bring our children to us. Let us try as much as we can to make our children our friends, our confidants. Let us try as much as we can to give our children that mantle that will take them to the highest grounds. And that highest grounds is success in life. So that tomorrow, that child will go out there and be proud that I have a mother. But if you are the type that encourage your children when they do something wrong, that child will grow up tomorrow and another mother will tell the child that, no, this your character is not good. Your mother did not train you well. And then they will return back to you and it will be war. Because that child actually took your teaching, took everything you were telling her or him that is good to grow up in the world. And then that child goes out there and had a different thing from a different mother. Maybe the child's friends, she visits the friend's house one day and things are being done in a different way. And that will get the child thinking, does it mean my mother deceived me? Does it mean what I'm doing is wrong? Because that child is innocent, no matter what they are doing. The problem is in your head, the mother that instigated that thought, that behavior, that encouraged that child to be going that way. The problem is in your head, not her. So please, my beloved mother, just like myself, let us go ahead and do the right thing. Yvonne is right here now.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that, Esther. And I will let Corrina go first, and then we can just kind of do it that way. I'm really sorry. I had to take this call. Very important. Otherwise,
no, that's okay, Dr.Yvonne. That's absolutely okay.
Corrina, Esther, you can go.
I think that was really good. But I just wanted to say about what she said, when she said, like, I'm sure that we've done something to our children. I think, you know, because we're human, I agree with that, because I think all of us have probably done something unknowingly. Hey, so anyway, that was really good. I want to say hello to everybody, and this morning, let's say hello. Mothers crying out for safety for their children. I couldn't imagine the horror that some mothers go through when they're threatened by that kind of fear. It is the worst fear a mother can go through. The safety of their children is everything. It's their life. They will die protecting their babies. A mother bear will protect her cubs till death. That is where the term derives from when one says she will protect her children like a mother bear, fiercely, without thought or fail. It's immediate. The love for your child knows no bounds, especially to a mother. She loves her children unconditionally and will protect them to her death. There is nothing on this planet stronger than a mother's love for their children, for her children. It is sad to think that is actual real fear that many mothers experience in other countries and around the world. The threat is real and the fear is as well. We are all here to help. Remember, you're not alone. We love you and are here for you and your children. Know that we are here for them in any way that we can be. And God, I believe God is with us as well. So always, and he will help us guide us to where we need to be. This is not something you have to go through alone. God's always with you. The massacre, I call it the Maui massacre, same thing. Over 2,000 children went missing. To this day, over 2,000 children are gone, their parents, and nobody said anything. It's not anywhere on the mainstream media. That's a lot of children, and it's sad. It's just very sad. So we are here for a reason, Dr. Yvonne, and I think that you are very special to the children, because that's what you're here for, and that's what you're advocating so strongly. So I applaud you for that alone. You've been there, so through experience. It's a blessing. You're a blessing. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That is a powerful contribution. Thank you so much. And we know that these issues facing our children, it's a global thing, but it goes in different ways. Like in my country here, United States, imagine your children being drowned in the bathtub. Imagine gunshots from shooting your own children, even shooting plus the mother. So mothers and children are always at risk. But now it's even confusing because you can't even know who, where, what. But it is our intention as mothers. We start writing, advocating for our own children, giving it to church institutions, governments, and everywhere, because these leaders were also given birth to by mothers. We need to get involved because it is ugly. It traumatizes children. A child grows up to be traumatized from birth, from 1 year old, 2 years, 5 years old. It's a horrible thing. Who wants to go next, please?
Dr. Benny has her hand up.
Okay, Dr. Benny.
Thank you so much, Queen Dr. Mundih, for giving me this opportunity. I want to say greetings. That's what I always say, right? Greetings to my brothers and sisters, my queens and kings. But this message is for our queens, right? Those who have children and those who don't. Because those who don't, maybe there will be time that they want to, but we're not forcing them to have it if they don't want to. Dr. Mundih, by the way, I want to thank our Father for bringing all of us together. This message that I heard yesterday, when I heard, you saw me crying, right? I mean, the tears just came out that they're killing 8 months old children. Why? I think it is really good that we have this. And I hope the whole world, you guys are listening. This is happening in Cameroon. Our children are dying. They're raping the mothers. I don't understand what is going on. God, I don't know if you are seeing what is happening in this world. Our children seriously need help. Please, it is stated in Matthew 2:18. A voice is heard in Ramah, weeping, and the great mourning. Rachel weeping for her children and refusing to be comforted because They are no more.
Because they are no more.
They are no more.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to children, these children are our future. These children need us. Remember, they were in our womb, right? They came out. When a child is in your womb, it's your baby. But when the child is out, it's our babies.
Absolutely.
So we are willing. I'm a mother. I know that I cry all the time. I'm not going to only cry. Dr. Yvonne, Mundih, you saw me yesterday. I was crying. Was it my baby? It wasn't my baby. When I heard what happened yesterday, the tears just came out. And sometimes I'm asking whether I do understand that we have God, but what is really going on in this world that our children are crying, they are suffering? We need help. And then if children need, they really need help, I expect the government, because when let me just say, the management or the government, when they were young, they were kids too, right? So if children are missing, and then I expect them to go do some research and search for those kids, correct? It does not make sense at all. But I'll be quiet at this moment.
I think it is really so sad, because when I saw those pictures in my phone, I cried out, just like I saw the picture of the 5-year-old pulling the mother that has been shot dead. This child doesn't even know, say, Mama, get up, let's go. The blood was all over that child. If you just imagine what is going on, why would you be killing children and raping their mothers? What for? Why? And we need to stand up with the men, because most of these things it's not all the men, there are good men out there, but most of these things are committed against the mother and the child, the children and their mothers.
Just
Why?
know God
By
there.
these men. So we need to do something. It is too much. Just imagine if I was dead as a child. Imagine this 40-something-year-old children, young. Why would you be killing a baby? What did that baby do to you? Why? So we need to come together. This is so serious, because otherwise, you know what? We ourselves will never be happy in our lives. We will never be happy. With unpassive, hopeless, and other things, it is better. It is the most important thing to give than to receive. You're not just giving. You're being right there present, trying to protect these children like a hawk, dying because of children, not just because those children are your own. It is way too much. Imagine your own children are going to school. They are eating. Imagine the other ones that are being killed. The mothers are running, staying in the bush. There's the forest children in Cameroon, because of a senseless war that is instigated by governments around the world. Everything is for greed and power. We, the mothers, need to come together.
God's here, though. He knows. Believe me, Dr. Benny, he knows what's going on. And soon you're going to see what he's going to do. It's not far off, I'm telling you.
Okay.
Give it a week.
Who wants to go next?
You're going to see what's happening. Mark my words.
Yeah, and we might go a little bit over the time, but this is so important. This is not issue that we rush over, because anything concerning the child, you have to invest more than 80% of your resources and your time for children, 100% even plus. This is very important. We can be sitting here and we are eating, we are shining, we are doing this. Guess what? Those children. But let's put our hands together for Ash Mufara and Unpassive, so we can begin to, because we can't reach to these children with empty hands. We cannot. We got to get something tangible. Food, shelter, safety. These things are so important. Yeah. So who wants to go next, please?
I'd just like to say something that Sister Esther just put in the chat. She said, God is able to save, but let us do our part, because we are he's not going to come down here and do what he told us to do. We are supposed to look after one another, and that's where the world has gone out of whack. We just don't have the feeling for one another, and that is corruption. We can't look to the government, and a lot of the efforts that are being made are too politicized and broken up. We need a kind of an umbrella that's neutral and doesn't have anything to do with race or politics or anything like that. It's just loving children as we see them. It cannot be the government, because it's always going to turn into something political. That's what the problem is. Some of the statistics that I was looking at as I was researching for this, even though I wasn't speaking on it, but it's just horrendous. And it's global. You can't pick on any one country. You might think North America it's bad here too, with different things like child trafficking and ridiculous, disgusting things like those. And then also I saw this terrible statistic about a lot of the women, as you say, crying out for the safety. A lot of the women who are in prison, especially women of color, are because they wouldn't allow these men to abuse their children. I'm sorry, I'm not going to say men are all the bad things, but they went to prison rather than having their children abused because the government did not help them, because they're nobodies. That is a statistic that we have to think of. So when the children are crying out for safety, they don't even have their mommies now, but at least the abuser is gone. I don't know how they're faring, but we definitely, absolutely have things to do, a lot of work to do. But it cannot be the government. Trust me, it will not work that way.
Yes.
It has to be us, the grassroots.
It has to be us. The government, no. It's all about politics and power and greed.
Yeah, the government,
absolutely not. Because here, what we are doing here in One Global Movement, Speak with Heart, is to build a team of mothers, of parents, particularly mothers, that will travel the world and go right in those regions where we can begin to execute physical help to help these children. Do you realize that there are children that have not been helped since they were born?
Yes.
Nobody to even tell them, I love you. Nobody.
Yes.
Nobody. What Yvonne just said is so true. The statistics are out there. They intentionally break the family, especially what the so-called family of color. I don't know which one is color and which one is not color. They will intentionally do it so that they will disseminate. They will make you lose your family. They will tear the mother apart. If you are with your husband at home, they will intentionally tell you they cannot help you if you have the man at home. You need to divorce that man. These are all government organizations. And we are there, mothers, looking, participating in those things. Do you know what? It is written, whether we like it or not. Whatever you send out there, whether it is towards you or another person, that's what you get. It is there. And we get it all the time. We do not learn. There is good karma and there is bad karma. And we see it every day. It comes in different sorts. People have mental illness. People having disorders. People are shooting people with guns. It's propaganda. That is why there are measures that we need to put in place so that these children we teach them how to stay safe. Stay away from negative TV. Stay away from negative TV. I've been more than 10 years without watching TV. Each time I watch, I know the truth. It aches my head. I say, you know what? The screen is here at home. Why do I even have it? I don't watch it. You see, we need to keep our children informed, but we have to start at home. At home. What values are you putting into those children? What are you teaching your children so that when they go out there, they see something different? They might want to experiment it, but they will fall back on those high ethical standards and values that you're teaching them. This is so important. Or we go into schools, these mothers crying, go into schools and read to the children, teach the values, come out with programs. We go and we teach. And some of these mothers don't know, these parents don't know. We teach the parents and we make sure that the mother is able to tell, or the father is able to tell when the child is being abused. Act. Don't say, oh, this child is just talking. No. Look at sex trafficking. In this, in our developed countries, is the highest, more than in underdeveloped countries.
Yes, it is.
So why would you be sleeping, a great father sleeping with your own great daughter? What for? What is it? What is it?
It's horrendous.
It really hurts me. It hurts me because I have walked that path as a child.
It's what it is.
Imagine a 3-year-old lived in the bush. At 11 years old. By the time I was 14 or 15, I had lived in more than 4 homes. And in all these homes, I was physically abused, sometimes not given food. Can you imagine that? Imagine, even though I can go in the bush and pluck guavas, wild fruits and eat. But what about those children who don't have that opportunity to do that? Who don't even know what to do? So we are here. Let us take Unpassive and run with it. Let the world know that we came through this way, through Unpassive, through Mr. Ashmufara, and do something so important. And this is me. And this is what I'm going to do until I die. Because if my life was not saved, I would not be here today to know people like you guys. And so together, we are all mothers. Whether you don't have a biological child of your own, like Esther said, guess what? You are still a mother. You have nieces and nephews.
Yes.
You live in a neighborhood where there are children. You cannot put a meal in your mouth without knowing where the next meal is going to come for the other child. You cannot begin to just say, I love you to your own child without knowing whether you can also love another child or hug another child. So we are here for, as mothers, crying, so the world can hear us for the safety of our children. Our children need safety, but education is so important, and raising our children the most valuable way that we can. And we can only do that when we ask from the one who created us, and it comes from within us, not looking to compare, not looking, let me do it like this person is doing what you know that it suits your family, it suits your children, it fits your situation, without looking outside. No matter who says what, you focus on your children and your family. Thank you.
Thank you, Yvonne. Will anybody want to say something again? Because there's one small thing I would like to chip in before I say something.
Melanie hasn't spoken. I don't know whether she wants to. Or she just wants
Melanie, would you like to say something, Melanie?
Does she have a mic?
Can I say something?
Yes,
Yes,
of
please.
course.
Thank you.
Yes, I wanted to say that the power of a mother's cry is necessary. We as parents, we must have knowledge and wisdom and spiritual understanding as we cry for our children. We believe in the power of prayer. We need to pray for our children. The love that rests upon our mother's cry can break through and cause some manifestation changes. All parents have different stories. We have single parents, men and women who raise their children alone in a home. And we find that it brings different challenges in the way the children grows. So in this, we need, as we are raising our children in a corrupted world, so with so bad influences around them, there are many factors that increase the risk of developing depression for children, especially teens. And among them, we have sex abuse that we all know. We have drugs. We have issues that may impact negatively their self-esteem, education or academic problems. All those issues can impact our children in some way or another. We have children at the street, especially in Africa, children who have mothers who are at the street. We need really to cry out for our children. We need to be friendly with them. We need to know what they need. We need to be able to build a close relationship with them so that they may be open to them. They may be open to us and tell us the problems that they are facing so that we can bring solution to them. So we need to cry out for God's lives of our children. And this is very important for all mothers. So I don't know the challenges that we have. We know also, especially in Africa, we know also that these social medias are corrupting our children very much. We need to know what our children watch. We need to be close to them and follow them and select the good that they can watch, because if we leave them, they are going to get lost in this world that we all know the problems that we have. So we need to cry not from governments, but we are the one to take the lead, to be fast, to bring or to do advocacy to our children so that they may be well raised in a society, the society that understands them. And this will help them actually to be open so that they can achieve their dreams.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It
Brother
takes an
Melanie.
entire village to love, raise, and educate our children. And this is the village here, One Global Movement Village. We are forming, we are asking people who love children, we should, not just if you love children, we should love children because we were children too. Let us come together here in One Global Movement. It's not about Mundih here. It's not about Yvonne. It's not about Corrina. It's not about Melanie, Esther, or DrBenny. It is about our children. We want to see ways, and I cry out, Mr. Ashmofara needs to hear us so that he too can begin to put plans in place where we can travel and do things physically for these children, loving these children, building them homes, and making sure that these children are fed, because if a child is not well fed, education comes last. It is food, shelter, safe shelter, not just any kind of shelter. And then what? Clothing, when it is cold, when it's too hot. These three basic necessities, if they are not met, then we are not doing the right thing for our children. I thank God we continue to put our hands together. Let OnPassive be the solution and the company that is going to bring that kind of revolution to the world, the correction to the corruption, sharing and caring, and from the heart, not just doing it. Because a lot of us, we're just doing things for the world to see. We're talking, but the actions are different. But if your action doesn't match your word, guess what? I have, I don't know if I'm a witch or what, but they call me, so I don't care. Because I hear you, but I also see you. I also feel you. And then I will just keep quiet and go ahead and do what I know that my God is directing me to do.
Amen.
So it's so important. If you guys can help me read from the chat, because sometimes
I think Esther had something to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just 1 minute comment. In summary, please, this comment, I'm referring to the single mothers. Please, there has been a kind of stigma on children brought up by single mothers. That they are the ones that cause so much problem in the society, that they are loose. The children are the ones that carry guns. They are the ones that do all sorts of things. Please, mothers, if you are single from today, I would want everybody that is a single mother to change that stigma. If you have not been looking down into what your child is doing, start from today, as we are talking about it in One Global Movement, to look down. Now, it's not only children from single mothers that misbehave. Other children that have both parents with them also even do worse things.
Absolutely.
Yes. There are single mothers that their children, when they tell you what their children are doing, how fast successful they have been, the world will not see that. Rather, what they will see is single mothers' children are the ones that is corrupting the society. Please, let's try to do something to change that stigma, because it's not only single children mothers that are causing problem in the world.
Yeah.
In all, if you are a mother that smoke in front of your children, that carry cigarettes, that do this, that do that, do bad things, it will take men along in front of your children. Please, from today, could you please do this where your children, if that is the life you have decided to live, you are an adult, nobody is asking you to do this or not to do that. Please do it away from the sight of your children.
Unfortunately, we have closed doors.
Grow up and be useful in life and not go that way. Thank you.
DrBenny, I will come to you 1 second. Esther, I'm so grateful. We don't mind about the time, because for me, when it concerns children, I don't care about timing. Because if you're timing, you're restricting the way you love those children or you raise those children. I'm so glad that you bring up that point, Esther, because I remember about 6 years ago in church, this single mother, is a Caucasian mother, came to the front of the church. It was Mother's Day. And she cried. She cried, and I started crying. She said, single mothers are being stigmatized all over the world. They are stigmatized for no reason. They are not single because they want to be single. We don't know the reason. It's not up to us to judge the reason why they are single, but it is up to us to see that the mother is healthy and happy and the children are healthy and happy. So this mother was crying. This is what my son did. My son went to the front of the church and started crying. My mother, I think my mother can help you with some food. My mother is a single mother too. You know, and it was just the whole church started crying.
Yeah,
and I want people to know, single mothers put all their effort, 100% plus, to raise their children to come out so well because they know that they're single. There's no other person to help them. So if you go and Google statistics shows that single mothers raise their children so well more than even people who are married.
I agree with
but
you.
Here's the thing. I want to let people know that it is not in all cases. It is good. Let the mothers know that if your marriage is good, respect that marriage. Respect your husband, because when you respect your husband, you're teaching your children. You're also teaching other people to respect your children when they do get married. But here's the thing. From our mothers were told, no matter what your marriage brings to you, do not leave. Stay there because of the children. You stay there because of those children. The marriage is abusive. That is exactly what is going to happen to your children. That's exactly what is going to happen. My mother was married at the age of 15. She stayed in a very abusive marriage. My mother is traumatized for life. I am the one who is suffering now. I'm taking her to the hospital.
That vicious circle.
Trauma is there. So either way, let us begin to wear on our God-fearing thinking hearts and use the wisdom from above to judge this situation. Don't leave your marriage, but invest so well in your marriage and you'll get what. But if it's not good, get out for yourself first. If you don't get out, those children will not turn out to be raised. So it is up to us, and we're going to be teaching these important values from one global movement to the world. All of us here, including those in the chat, we can do this. We can make it happen so that generations of children, 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, we take over the world to continue to teach these important values to the world from us through Unpassive. So thank you guys so much. Dr. Benny, you wanted to say something important.
Yes, this is really important. By the way, thank you, Dr. Mundih. And I want to thank our panelists here. I want to thank you guys because you guys are parents or single mothers, because I am a single mother. People don't understand. I send my children to private school, then they went to public school just to test it, right? So in today's, this is 2023, right? In today's, we have 1 in 5 children under 18, a total of 15.7 million are being raised by single mothers.
Yes, single household. Yeah,
that's right. And that is why I want to advise our women. No, before we do that, I want to let each and everyone know that it is important to know that every child is different. And one works for a child may not work for another child, right? So being a single mother, I just want our children now, our youth, because pretty soon they will grow up, they will get married. Please, I want you guys to listen. If you think getting married is going to destroy you, don't. And please don't also go, if you know that you cannot handle a child, do not get pregnant either.
Absolutely.
Do you guys understand me?
Yes.
Now, as Dr. Mundih stated, education. When you focus on your education, the man that will come to you must be educated. We are here crying for our children because these kids, they are our generation. You and I will soon leave the world, right? And these children, they are our future. They will take care. So if we don't treat them well, we don't feed them well, we don't train them. You have to train them, right? When the baby is in your womb now, you keep talking to that child. You can be reading to that child. But now when the baby is out, you have to start training this child the way you expect the child to be. Now, Doctor, I don't know, I think it was Sister Esther. She said something about cigarette. Single mothers, do not smoke. If you want to smoke, go somewhere, not even in your house, not even in the toilet. But why are you smoking in the first place? Let me be quiet for now.
Okay. Thank you so much. Sometimes it's forced to just laugh a little bit so that people can relax, because this is a very, very intense, serious, and very important topic that we're going to revisit. You see, it's taken more than 30 minutes. This is what it takes to raise children. You don't put a timing. If you don't do this by this time, this is what is going to happen to you. That is a threat. We don't do that. Children, like our panelists say, children absorb things, they understand things differently. If we, the parents, we, the mothers, you don't watch your child from even the womb, like Dr. Benny said, my grandmother said, start teaching your child in your womb. When that child is 4 months and 5 months and start moving, that child hears and understands everything. What are you eating? Not talking about food. What is coming out of your mouth? What are you taking into your mouth? What are you hearing? What are you setting your eyes on? What is your mind thinking? What is in your heart? Begin to give those good things to Almighty God. And I use that principle. For some reason, somehow, by the grace of God, my son turned out to be one of the best children in the world. But doesn't mean that he's not naughty. He's naughty as a child still, because that is the way children grow, by being naughty and learning. But it is left to us. Watch your child. When you're reading to your child in that stomach, when you pick up a book, what that child was sleeping quietly in your tummy. The moment you start reading, that child start bombarding your tummy. What does that tell you? You jot it down. You're writing a journal for your child. When that child comes out, what kind of toys? You provide all the kind of educational toy, build a very good environment for your child. What kind of toy or numbers or letters? Does this child gravitate towards numbers more or towards letters more? Drawing, playing music? That is how you start learning. That's how my grandmother taught me, and I learned about my child. No matter how many times he washed the piano. Mommy, this piano is dirty. I said, no, they don't wash it. Wash it. Before I come, he washed it. Not one, not two, not three. And I keep buying. But by the grace of God, I came to realize that children with that kind, there's a specific corner of their brain where it is for mathematics and sciences and engineering, music, writing, and drawing. That's exactly because that's what they told me. And I learned it, and they told me from the school, because I'm like, why does this child keep drawing things? Why are you not going to read or going to do this? Ignorance. But let us watch our children. Do they like to cook? Do they like to sweep the street? Let us not minimize or diminish those things in them. Let us support them. And so they know that they're important. A lot of children are down on themselves because we throw words, negative words at them and say, oh, look, my child is more important than your own. Who told you that? Who told you? It doesn't matter whether they have all their limbs on or not. They are still our children. So you guys help me read from the chat, please. We're going to just maybe reading names. Levi Mambo is here. Thank you so much, Levi, for your contribution. Thank you guys so much first for your patience. This is very serious. One global movement, anything that concerns children, especially topics like this that are affecting our children. Time is not a concept here. So that's why we went above the time. But thank you guys for your patience. Thank you, Yvonne, for your contribution. Melanie, thank you so much. And Levi, you've contributed a lot. And I think Oliver is here. Let me see. I don't know if Oliver is new or not, but Oliver is here. Thank you so much. Oh, Olive, sorry. I'm thinking about my cousin whose name is Oliver. Olive is here. Thank you so much, Olive, for your contribution. Our man, John Barilla, is here. Thank you, John, for being here today. We missed you yesterday, but thank God we called and we checked, and you were doing just fine. And we have still, John, feel free to participate. And remember, you can always hop onto the channel, onto the panel to say anything. This is for everyone, not for any handpicked people here. It's for everyone to participate. Thank you. Olive is here. Let me read those who are here. Tomorrow is Wednesday with another big topic. So please come and get ready. And then we have, let me read this. Thank you, Manoj, for being here today. We welcome you here. Come again, brother. This is for all of us. And thank you so much, Ian Tugash. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Gutam, for being here again. And then there is Kayadari. Thank you so much for being here. We are all on Perseverance. We are here because Mr. Ash Mufara put us together to uplift humanity from our hearts. Thank you so much.
Amen.
Corrina, of course, is here. Thank you so much for your amazing contribution and suggestion, Corrina. We really love you. And tomorrow is your day, so we're waiting on you, sister. Corrina again, and
okay. Can I help you?
Yeah, you can help me.
Okay. That's Sina. We can see your greetings. Thank you, Corrina, again. Our beloved Corrina, thank you for your contribution. Our beloved Yvonne, I can see your hand there. Corrina again, Yvonne, yeah, good people. Levy, hello, Corrina. Levy saying hi. Our dear John, thank you for all your contribution. Mahmoud Said, Adam, I can see you there. Thank you so much for coming. Sina is greeting every one of us. Thank you so much for Sina. Corrina, Yvonne, let me read this. We need to be more engaged in discovering what is really happening all over the globe. And while we cannot help every cause, we can find and support those who are already providing help and join them. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Yvonne, for that contribution. Shahaz Fatma, thank you, Handpick Wavering. Paka Mali, I'm sorry if I mentioned your name wrongly. I can see you. Thank you for coming. Corrina, again, there is one right up here from Corrina. That is very massive and incredible statement. You wrote about Yvonne. Okay, thank you. We need more to know or be aware of their surroundings and what's going on in the world. That is such a true statement. Yeah, that's you, Corrina. Thank you. Smile with Dr. Benny. Welcome, affiliates. Dr. Benny is saying, welcome to every one of us. Yvonne, yeah, another Mali. I have mentioned your name before. Thank you, Dr. Benny. I can see that. Let's see if there are more comments from people who have not mentioned their names previously. Okay, that is for Esther. Can someone read that one, please?
Mothers, one global movement is recognizing you today and is at the same time encouraging you to give your children training you and the child will be proud of at a time. The NITT, what is that?
The nitty-gritties are down.
The nitty-gritties are down. Thank you so much.
Great. That's nice.
The last one, please do this to save your child and make yourself proud. The benefit
and then
is yours.
It is natural for a mother to want to comfort her crying child. However, the exact words a mother might say to a crying child can vary depending on the situation and the child's age. Certainly true, Dr. Benny. Thank you.
Yes. Absolutely. Thank you.
And then, did we see, there is a Ranjit here. I just want to mention the names of these new people. We welcome all of you here. Come again. We have to do this together. Shanat Vatma, please. I don't want to bite my tongue, but I will learn your name. Thank you so much for being here today. We have Yasmin Kastan is here today. Thank you so much, Yasmin, for being here. This is so important. We are here as mothers that are crying for our children, safety in the world, even at homes. Some mothers and parents, or what is happening to our children around some adults, it's disgusting. And so we need to stand and do something about it. So, is there any new person here?
Yeah, we have Bishnu Gosh, Shuriz, Babu. We can see you're here. Thank you for coming.
And then you have Katik, he's here.
Katik, yeah.
You have
and Elizabeth Murphy. You're welcome. Ali Kashi, you're welcome. Yes. Olive Tom, you're welcome. Manoj, you are welcome. Yeah, please, if we miss any name here, please, it's not, we didn't do it purposely. It's just we're rushing
Nadu,
to
Dr. Nadu
Lawson.
Larson is here. Thank you so much, Nadu, for being here. We highly, highly appreciate you and your contribution and your love for children.
Yeah.
And Juanita, welcome to our Queen, Juanita.
Read it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have Manojit. Thank you so much for being here again, Manojit. You are highly welcome here. Let us begin to gather here. There is a Facebook group for One Global Movement. It's for children. Let us gather here. And you guys put your eyes out there, because I realized that the predators are on One Global Movement Facebook page posting pornography. And yesterday I was trying to work with somebody who is better than me in these technical things. We're trying to see how we can, nobody can post there, only us to post for children. So if you go on Facebook, try to watch and see. And there is one lady, Precious, is working behind the scene, always watching. But I had to block about 5 already. It looks like they were not doing it, but now that they know we are dealing with children, they are trying to come to luring the children. So we need to really watch out for that.
Absolutely. There's a comment by Olive Tom. Can you read it?
Yeah.
A mother is the true epitome of altruism. She has a disinterest and selfless concern for her children. What a blessing a mother is. And that is what we need to teach our children to never forget.
Thank you so much, Oli, for that. Thank you.
There's another one by Anne.
Indraji, thank you for your emojis and your prayers and your love. We are in it to win it. Thank you so much.
Oh, please let us welcome Queen Briddy.
Okay. Read it.
Briddy is here. No, it's just to welcome her.
Okay. I didn't see her. Hi, Briddy. You're welcome.
Where is she? I don't see her.
She's not on the panel.
No, she's not on the panel. But she wrote something. I just wanted us to welcome
Thank you so much,
well.
Ngwe. Is that Ngwe?
Yes,
Ngwe. Okay. Thank you so much for being here, Ngwe. We love you.
There's another comment by our smiling Dr. Benny.
Okay.
According to the Psychology Today article, telling a child to stop crying can be used to build resilience, strength, and social adaptation. But it can also be harmful if used too harshly and too often. That is absolutely.
Thank you so much, right. Biggie, for being here. Come again. We love you all. And I am sorry to hear that, Anne. And we so welcome your presence and support for One.
Well, that is the comment made by Anne McLemore, which Esther was trying to read. Esther, do you still have it inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, read it.
Please go ahead. It's a very moving comment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which one of it?
From Anne
McLemore, her name is.
Yeah. I was trying to read. Where do I have it again?
Yeah.
I was trying to read it before.
It's a little bit further up.
Yeah. That's Mahalo for your supportive.
Yvonne?
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Mahalo for your supportive comment. I'm okay and yes, ready to work with youth again and continue my research on missing and abused children. God has a plan for all of us. Can you please give me contact us, Anne?
Yes, but that is because I'm sorry. Her earlier comment said she lost a child in 2002, I believe. So there's an
Yes, I responded to that. Yes.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yes, I responded to that. Let's see that comment. It's
we need to read it though. Yeah, let's look for it and read it. Okay, here. Is it the comment?
No, not that one.
My son passed in 2002.
That's the one.
God bless this movement. You have my 100% support. My son passed on in 2002, and the tears still flow.
Oh, yes.
I'm really sorry.
I responded to that. I made a comment to that.
We are here for you. We are here together, sister. Let us stick here together.
Absolutely.
Women, mothers sticking together, crying for the safety of their children. So I know, and it won't go away. It's going to be there, but together we can begin to carry conversations that will bring that peace, so that we remember him from that love from our hearts. That though he's gone, he's still with us.
Amen.
My heart goes out to all mothers who have lost a child and children who have lost their parents. Thank you so much. And I would like to give you my One Global Movement number. or you contact any of these panelists here or John Barilla so that we can get your contact information.
Yeah, that's my response to her. I say, and thank you so much. One global movement, hear you. We'll cry with you too. But right now, for you to be happy, invest your time on another child as if it's your own child too. We believe if you do this, that will help to control your tears and you will be happy again and your child will have peace in the world he or she traveled to. Remain blessed.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you so much, Esther. Many, many love. All of you for special discussion on this special webinar. Thanks, Elizabeth, ma'am, too. Thank you so much, Manojit. Thank you so much. Let us encourage our young people, encourage parents, adults, caregivers, people who have the heart for children, people who want to see families flourish, happy, and be healthy. Let us come here together. I am saying this because I lived that kind of life as a child. Even before even being a child, from conception, my mother was raped and she got pregnant with me. So we need to do this. We need to do this because if we don't do it, we're not leaving any better world behind. If we're saying we want to uplift humanity and we are not doing this, we're not doing anything. Bring your questions, comments, any topic that you want us to talk about, because we come from different regions and different customs and traditions. Bring those discussions. Let us talk about. Don't say you don't know how to speak English, because we would know, because guess what? We have translators here. We can do this together. Please like, share, and subscribe to One Global Movement channel so that we can disseminate these important discussions to all children around the world, so that we can also begin to raise funds from different angles, not just waiting on Unpassive for right now. We have to do something. We have to stay ready before the floodgates of heaven from Unpassive start coming down on us. We need to stay ready. So thank you guys so much for sticking with us today. And we should be thinking, the panelists and the chat, maybe, just maybe, we will in the future shift this to 1 hour, because that is what it takes to raise our children. But I leave it for you guys to think about, and then we can talk about this later. In the absence of any other thing, let me know so that I can give the closing remarks, please. Thank you.
Please close, sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for being here. A thank you is what we can give. A thank you that comes from the heart. We so much appreciate you guys for being here, because we cannot do this alone. The things that concern our children in the world cannot be done by even 1 million families. It has to be done by everybody. Do you want to be a happy mother that you will even be laying down at home, or when you exit the stage of this life, you know that you did the best that you can do for your child by protecting your child, saving your child, making sure that the child invests in themselves and be economically, spiritually, morally, psychologically, and financially independent? That is what we are here for. Because when a child does not have these stabilities in their life with love and nurturing, guess what? They will fall prey to somebody. They will fall prey to somebody. So we are here to do that. We have to start putting things that are tangible, very tangible things in place that these children will hang on to. Then they will be apt to listen. They will study. They will know how to run away from danger. They will tell the truth, because we are teaching them these things in our homes. It starts with us. That knowing that Esther is there, knowing that Yvonne is there, Melanie is there, Corrina is there, Dr. Benny is there to say, Yvonne, I think we should do things this way instead of this way. Knowing that I can accept to learn, because learning is a lifelong process. Not saying that I already know. I know it all. Nobody knows it all. Because the one who created us to keep learning and imparting this knowledge to our children. Thank you guys so much. I am so happy today, because it's like you guys are here for me, because I was at that point. You guys are here for me to really be happy that, though not you physically, but I think your spirit was there when those mothers in that village were holding my hands and feeding me and looking for me in the bush, dropping me food on plantain leaves. I think you guys' spirit were there. And this is the kind of that we should carry One Global Movement to every child, praying for the child that we don't even know. Putting our hands together every day, non-stop, for children that we don't know. But you
Yes.
cannot pray for children without praying for the parent, particularly the mother. So this is the message of One Global Movement. I love you all, but let our children and all of us always remember to stay focused, stay encouraged, stay empowered, and always believe in endless possibilities. I love you all.
Love.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.